the dealer said, or we never said there was AC. What? Like, when you're buying a car, do you not just assume that AC is a given? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Faye Mac and I post videos about life in Canada as a Nigerian Canadian and how to relocate to Canada. On this channel, we help newcomers with their settlement process and just make life easier for newcomers. Now, this video is a part 2 to one of my previous videos where I explained some of the scams that might be targeted at you as a newcomer to Canada. Yes, I'm back for part 2 because there's more. The last video would have been too long if I squeezed everything in. But listen, I'm here with another part to give you all the information that you need to be able to protect yourself from these scammers. Okay, so let's get right into it. Again, I have my phone with my list so I don't miss out any important points. Number 1. I'm actually dramatic. No, this is actually not funny because the day you land as a newcomer, it's very likely that you as an international student will experience this. It is very likely. I experienced it. One of my flatmates experienced it, and she came running to me asking for my credit card to be able to pay those people until I asked, what was it about? And then listen, this is a malware and ransomware scam. And I know that, if you use a MacBook or an Apple product, you might feel like this does not apply to you. But guess what? The 2 times that it has happened to me and my flatmate, they were on MacBooks, okay? So MacBooks are also a target for ransomware and malware scams. And this is how it goes. You're going to be online surfing the internet and your laptop is just going to stop responding, okay? Your laptop will stop responding. You're going to see a prompt. Every key you press is just going to be redundant. It's just going to be doing tan, tan, tan. It's not going to be responding to you. There's going to be a notice on there saying that they detected an issue with your computer or your laptop and you have to call support on 1-800 . Okay? To be honest, that is one popular scam that actually gets people. You have to be aware of this. Nothing is wrong with your laptop. Nothing. The first time it happened to me, I was so confused. And even when you call them, if you decide that you want to go with it and call them just to hear what they have to say, they sound very professional. These people actually have call centers for this scam. So you have to be very careful. When you see something like that, there's nothing wrong with your laptop half the time. Just do a hard reset. You won't be able to go around to click anything to even shut your laptop down, but you'll be able to just press the power button for 5 seconds and turn that baby down. Turn it off. By the time you turn it back on, the message has disappeared. But if you're a student, brand new to Canada, you're in the middle of writing your paper, or you're in the middle of setting up your online schooling profile and all of those things, and that happens, it's easy for you to get panicked and be like, what just happened? I have to call support. I have to call this number. And then they'll start telling you you have to pay $200 or $150 for them to be able to fix it remotely. Don't fall for that, okay? It's a scam. If you have any issues with your computer, be the one to get the phone number by yourself for support and call support by yourself, not the number that they give you, because it is very likely to be a scam. The next one, car buying scams, okay? When you're buying a car in Canada as a newcomer, there are people out to get you, okay? They almost sold me a Hyundai Elantra that had no, carburetor? Was it a carburetor? The one that you need for AC. This was a dealership. This was a dealership in good old Nova Scotia, for that matter, not even Ontario where they're ITA. So I went into the dealership. I saw that the car was, looking good. The price was okay. It wasn't a fantastically cheap price for you to say, it was obvious. It wasn't obvious that there was anything wrong with the car. But of course, when you're buying a car in Canada, you want to make sure that you actually take that car to a nearby mechanic, not the dealership's mechanic, a nearby mechanic that will check the car for you. Sometimes they don't even charge you. Sometimes they'll charge you only $30, $60. You go there, you take the car, drive it there, the dealership will let you drive it, and let them know that you're trying to buy this car. And they know the kind of tests to run on that car. So I took that car, went to a nearby mechanic, and The mechanic told me, you're never going to have AC on this car until you spend this amount of thousands of dollars replacing some parts that are missing. And I went back to the dealership and I said, how come you did not reveal this information? Like on your website, you didn't say that there was anything wrong with this car. On the listing, it's all clean. Do you know what they told me? Do you know the reply that the dealer gave me? The dealer said, "Oh, we never said there was AC." What? Like, when you're buying a car, do you not just assume that AC is a given? Is that not how it works? But no, he said, well, we never said that there was AC. We never listed AC as one of the features. And I was going to buy that car for like a good amount, like a good number of thousands of dollars buying this car. So as a newcomer, when you're looking to buy a car, you have to open your eyes, shine your eyes, okay? Don't just trust and believe everything. Don't just take whatever they tell you hook, line, and sinker. Take the car to a mechanic and have them inspect it to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting into and how much it will take you for you to be able to fix that car to your liking. Now, still on auto scams, you have to be careful of websites like Kijiji and Facebook Marketplace, where it's like peer-to-peer buying and selling. There are a lot of people who have successfully bought and sold their cars on these platforms. Of course, it's normal users like you and I, but of course, just like I always say, there would always be bad guys or girls or people. There will always be bad people. So you have to make sure you're not letting your guard down. Don't just trust. Be very vigilant. There are people on Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, when somebody gives you a check or insists on paying with a check, you should be able to know that, from what Faye told me the last time, when you get a check and you pay it to your account, yes, you see that you have this amount in your account, but it is not actually cleared. The check doesn't clear until 3 to 5 business days. So if that money is in your account and you can spend it, but if the check bounces, you're on the hook for that. And the bank is now even suspecting that you yourself are a fraudster, and they can decide to flag your account or treat you as a victim. So you have to be very careful when you're getting checks. In fact, I've bought and sold on Kijiji and I do not do checks because they are not guaranteed funds. Bank drafts are typically guaranteed funds, but still, like, people are out there doing counterfeit bank drafts. Whatever it is they're buying on all these peer-to-peer platforms, even if it's not as big as a car or not as expensive as that, be careful, because there are scammers out there that will actually scam you. Like, some people will sell you stuff that is not working. So don't just trust and believe. Again, stay vigilant. Next point is about renting a property to live in. You guys, there are a lot of people out there that will actually do a listing to pretend like they own a particular house or property and try to get people that will pay rent to live in those places, but they don't actually own those properties. When you see a listing on Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace for a room or an apartment or whatever, and you cannot even go and see the place, like the person is not allowing viewings, or you can only see from the outside and you cannot go in, or shitty things like that, you have to be very vigilant and you have to be careful. You have to do your due diligence, because there are people out there on these websites that will actually take your money and you will still not have a place to live. So note that. Now, this last one that I want to talk about is the most annoying. It's the most annoying. It's the most annoying one out there. And I feel like I kind of alluded to it in my last video, but I didn't really get into details of what it can look like. There are people like me who get calls every single day from different numbers. Some of these numbers would look exactly like your phone number. In Canada, the phone numbers with area code included is 10 digits, okay? You have first 3 digits, second 3 digits, and last 4 digits. These numbers that they're using to call you on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day, these numbers sometimes look exactly like your phone number. So the first 6 digits would be the same as yours, and then the last few might just be different or slightly different. So when you look at the number, you're like, huh? And then you pick up and it's some voice speaking some foreign language that is just trying to target immigrants. Be watchful and mindful of that. There are also some 1-800 numbers that are being used to scam. And I really believe, I strongly believe that these numbers these regular numbers, not the 1-800 ones that they're using to call people, are people's real life numbers. I strongly believe that, because I've had people call me saying, oh, you called me, I missed your call, you called me, you just called me. I'm like, I didn't call you, you know? So I really feel like some of these numbers that call me or people around me, or newcomers in general, because this happens a lot, like a lot. There was a time it was so bad that they can call you like 10 times in one day. You would want to throw your phone. There was a time I wasn't picking calls. If I don't have your number saved, I don't pick. And that's not really good for a newcomer, because you're expecting calls from recruiters for jobs that you've applied to, right? So it's frustrating when you're getting all these spoof calls and they're just not, it's just annoying. It's annoying. So yeah, be mindful of those numbers that look like yours, or numbers that, you know, sometimes they're 1-800 numbers. And even those 1-800 numbers, they're usually customer care for certain companies and things like that. But some people would use 1-800 numbers to call you for a scam. So it's just be careful. Whatever it is, if you decide to pick, great, because it could be a company trying to reach out to you for whatever reason, but it could also be a scam. So just be very skeptical as you approach phone calls as a newcomer, and even as an old timer, because I'm over 7 years in Canada and I still get these calls. Okay, I think that's all that I had on my list. I don't know if I'm still missing anything. Let me know in the comment section below if you have experience with any of these scams, especially that phone number one. I want to know if you have phone numbers that just call you randomly. Drop a comment in the comment section below, or if you've even experienced any of these other ones, drop a comment and let's chat. Let's educate people, inform them so that they don't fall prey to some of these scams. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you learned something. I hope you like, subscribe, and share to your friends that are relocating to Canada. If you found this video helpful, they will likely find it helpful as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.